New Black Wall Street Book Club. Evan Jefferson, brother, much love. Educating, elevating, because in knowledge is the power and we'll never give it up. Literature's for the masses. Where to put your money down, now how to watch your assets. Yeah, uplifting others is a passion. My brother Evan, he will turn it into action. New Black Wall Street Book Club. You should come read with us. Yeah, we comprehend and discuss. If we all just come together, there's no limit for us. Here comes your host, New Black Wall Street. Evan, take it away. New Black Wall Street Book Club.
All right, my beautiful people. Good morning, good morning, good morning on this terrific Thursday. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is ERGJ, your certified financial educator, founder of the New Black Wall Street, and founder of the New Black Wall Street Book Club. And we're back again on this Thursday to keep on going through none other than the book Street Cred, Rules to the Money Game. That's right, Street Cred, Rules to the Money Game. And this is a good book from our good brother Khalil, Abdul-Aziz. And you can actually get the book for $15. We got it available for you so you can keep on going along with us here in the book club. So it's a young person's guide to financial success. And I believe that if not only is it a young person's guide, it's any person's guide, because many of us as adults are kids in the area of finances. And so in order to change our finances around, we got to change the way we think. We got to make financial education a priority, because as I say, financial education is your passport to financial freedom. That's right. Financial education is your passport to financial freedom. And so Street Cred, Rules to the Money Game, we'll be picking up where we left off yesterday. We'll be going into box number 2, which is, as he said, let me make sure I say exactly what he said. He said these boxes are only part of the money game, but you're going to fill up each one of these boxes so you can learn to understand what money goes inside, as well as the rules to follow them and taking money out. The more you understand the rules of the game of money, the more likely you are to beat out your opponents and win. So we continue on along with the rules to the money game today. Of course, we do have a couple sponsors, actually one sponsor, by the way. And if you want to be a sponsor of this show, which airs daily, you can actually do that. It's called a Pump Up the Volume sponsorship package. All you got to do is go over to ERGJ Black Bookstore. Like the page, follow the page, send us a message saying you're interested in pumping up the volume into your business, your product, or your service. You want more traffic being driven to your website. You want help selling more of your stuff so you can generate more profit, more revenue. Well, hey, we're here to assist you, because many of you guys just need a little bit of help in sales and marketing. Many of you guys just need a little help with exposing your brand. Many of you guys need to expand your brand, and you might need a little assistance. But here's the deal. Group economics work when we work it. Group economics work when we work it. But Made Inc. is our sponsor for today. Making a difference every day is what Made stands for. Making a difference every day. And he wants to make a difference in your life by providing you with some motivational apparel that can help assist you through getting through your day. Some motivational apparel that can help you assist you with getting through your day. Just go over to www.madeinc.life. www.madeinc.life. You're going to find some wonderful things, hats, shirts, things of that nature to motivate you through your day. More specifically, motivate the entrepreneur. I mean, wearing a power shirt, wearing a wealth shirt, wearing a success shirt just makes you feel that much more great, because you already are great. Sometimes you just got to be reminded. Matter of fact, because you are so great and you're watching this show today, you're going to get a special discount. That's right, a special discount. If you use the code NBWS, that's New Black Wall Street 10, NBWS, New Black Wall Street 10, he's going to give you a discount of 10% off the store so that you can circulate your dollar right back within your very own community. You can practice what everybody else preaches, which is group economics, and you can feel good about it because you're getting value in return at a discount. That's right, value in return at a discount. Of course, today's host is none other than ERGJ Black Bookstore. ERGJ Black Bookstore is where we're bringing Black authorship. We're highlighting Black authorship, and we are actually taking this thing and making it bigger than I even thought. Matter of fact, you can go over to the Facebook page right now, ERGJ Black Bookstore, like the page, follow the page, and you'll be able to see some of the selections that we have available for you to get your literacy on. That's right, to get your literacy. See, there's other things that you can do in your quote-unquote spare time or free time other than watch TV. Other than listen to the radio, other than gossip. You can do some things like increase or sustain your membrane. Do some things with your membrane so you can change the way that you think, and you'll change the way that you live. Now, here's some wonderful things that's going on with the Black Bookstore. We are actually expanding. We have now partnered with the largest online marketplace for Black-owned businesses. That's right. We've partnered with the largest online marketplace for Black-owned businesses. So if you've got a book and you want to be in the ERGJ Black Bookstore, you will also be in the largest online marketplace for Black businesses. We doing this thing, and you want to be a part of it, just let us know. All you got to do is just, again, go to the ERGJ Black Bookstore, send us a message. We'll discuss with you how you can get your book into our bookstore and how you can get your book into the largest online marketplace for Black-owned businesses. Now, here's some books that we do have. Of course, the first book is the book that I wrote. I got a little self-promotion, but nonetheless, the Black Billionaires Club, we just released last Saturday. We've already sold out of the first delivery or first bundle of books that we have. We do have some books that'll be arriving tomorrow. So those that are waiting on your shipment, they will be being shipped out on Monday. So look forward to getting your book next week. If you have not received it yet, I do apologize for the delay, but I just didn't realize that we sold so many in such a short amount of time. But this book here is a study of Black wealth. Everybody put it comes for Black wealth. It's a study of Black wealth. And at the end of the day, guys, out of 2,043 billionaires in the world today, 2017, only 12 of them are Black. And matter of fact, out of those 12, I would be willing to say that you can probably only name 2 of them. So don't you think it's important that if you want to be wealthy, you should study wealthy people? Don't you think this is important? If you're Black and you want to be wealthy, you should study Black wealthy people. Well, these are the top 12 in our community. The top 12 in our community. And I believe that we should know those and pass them down to our next generation, because they're not going to teach this in public school. They don't even talk about Black wealth in Black History Month. Other than Madam C.J. Walker, what do you get? Well, we got to write our own history, and we got to keep it. And I've collected a little bit of that writing this book. You go to the ERGJ Black Bookstore, order the book, and when you order the book today, you'll also get a free gift. It's going to be a Bitcoin workshop. So you can learn about this phenomenon called digital or cryptocurrency. You can learn how other people are getting rich right now while you are out of the game. And you can learn how to trade, transfer, and cash out of Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency as you see fit. Here's some other selections that are in the Black Bookstore. Of course, the book that we're going to read today, Street Cred, Rules to the Money Game. You can get that for $15. We just picked this book back up again because it's such a wonderful book. It's a kid's book. The Wind Within, a motivational book for children to get past some of the challenges they face. This kid right here is speaking along with Les Brown. This kid right here is hosting a Black CEO event in London. This kid right here is doing more at 9 and 10 years old than most of us are doing in our lifetime. And you can support the truth today by getting this book for $13. And he is an advocate for anti-bullying. That's kind of what this book is about. An anti-bullying book to help those kids that are being bullied at their school because they have a lot of strength within themselves. Next book, I'm Free. Everybody put in comments below, I'm Free. 30 Days to a Stress-Free Life by authoress T. Renee. You can pick this up for $15. This is 30 Days to a Stress-Free Life. You want to kick stress out of your life, pick up a book that's going to help you to do that. And then also for $10, you can get 5 Rules to Persevering in Your Life by Lisa Marie Stringer. All Black authors, all trying to help the Black community to overcome their own mental issues that we have, because we sick, boss. It's the truth that we are sick, but we can be healed any point in time that we want, and we don't even have to go to a doctor. We can just start to change our thoughts. We'll change our health, and we will change our wealth when we would change what we put up here. It's a lot of stinking thinking going on in the Black community, and we can change that at any point in time because there's this thing called literacy, which will help you. Again, financial education is the passport to financial freedom. If you don't make financial education a priority, you more than likely will never be financially free. All right, let's get right to the book we're going to talk about today, Street Cred, Rules to the Money Game. My main man, Khalil Abdul-Aziz, is doing his thing. We've been reading through this book, having a good old time. Yesterday, we talked about needs versus want, had a lot of participation. If you happen to be anywhere else, you want to come on over to the personal page and participate with us today here on this terrific Thursday. Here's what we're going to be talking about today. Don't get caught slipping. That's right. Don't get caught slipping. Now I wonder, what does Khalil Abdul-Aziz have to say about this? This is box number 2. Let's get right into it. Let's get it. He said, here's the rule. It's about savings. Use this box for emergencies and large purchases over $100. So we're in box number 2. You don't want to get caught slipping. This is going to be, we're talking about savings. Yesterday we talked about needs versus wants, your living expenses. He said the next box is for emergencies and large purchases. Label this box savings. While playing the money game, this box is vital. If your game is going to be tight, you can't get caught slipping. The way to avoid slipping is to have a savings stash. Many who lose the game fail because they lack to understand this essential rule. Many also make the mistake and believe that saving money is how they will become financially free. This box is essential to you winning the game, but this box function is not financial freedom. The purpose of this box is to get you out of a jam when life throws you a few challenges along the way, or when it's time to make a large purchase. Do you remember my favorite quote? People don't plan to fail, they fail to plan. Well, CEOs and presidents of major corporations understand that life happens. Everybody put in the comments below, life happens. That life happens. And things don't always go as planned. However, if you prepare for those things before they happen, you can get through them much easier. Companies who are here today and going tomorrow are not good at forecasting trouble. People who fail at this part of the game take an unrealistic approach to life and don't prepare for those rainy days that are sure to come. Here's my question to you, people. Do you have your financial umbrella? Like, you know, at some point in time in your life it's going to rain. But do you have your financial umbrella? So when it does rain, you can just pull that thing right on out and you can stay dry. See, we understand that there's going to be sunny days and there's going to be rainy days. We love the sunny days, but we don't prepare for the rain. Are you prepared for the rain? Because surely it will come and rain on you. The good book says that it rains on the just and the unjust alike. Are you ready or prepared for the rain? You love the sunny days, but rainy days are sure to come. Are you prepared for the rain? The better you are at forecasting profits and losses, the longer you and your business will survive. This principle is used in business, but don't forget that you too are a business. You too are a business. Everybody put in the comments below, I am my personal CEO. You too are a business. Whether you have a business or not, you run a family business. You are your family CEO. You are your personal CEO. Are you making wise decisions in your personal business? This principle is used, and don't forget that you too are a business. The same strategies used in business should be used and applied at home and in our personal lives. The other function this box is used for includes large purchases. Large purchases are inevitable. Why? Once again, most people don't get caught slipping because they don't plan ahead for these large purchases. Rather than plan, they take out loans and use credit cards to make the purchases, not realizing that those same loans and credit cards will get them closer to debt or slavery and further away from financial freedom. Once again, those loans, that credit card that you use, it gets you more in debt or slavery. It doesn't get you closer to financial freedom. Let's take a few minutes to learn the real use for this box. And here's your exercise for don't get caught slipping. Take out a separate piece of paper and label the paper savings. Don't get caught slipping. Everybody put in the comments below, don't get caught slipping. Create 2 columns and label one emergencies and the other large purchases, anything over $100. In the emergencies column, list specific emergencies that can occur. In the other column, list purchases, the large purchases that cost over $100. So let's do this real quick. In the comments below, list specific emergencies that can occur in your life. It's called starting to prepare for things before they come. For example, an emergency, the tire goes flat. An emergency, the AC goes out. An emergency, the windows shatter. An emergency, I get ill and need to go to the doctor. An emergency, the dentist. An emergency. What are some emergencies that can occur in your life that you need to be able to move on? Someone dies in your family, an emergency. Now, on the other side of the column, it says list some large purchases that could cost over $100 that we will need to buy in our lifetime. So what are some large purchases? Put this in the comments below. Large purchases that you may need to buy at some point in your life, or that you are already thinking about buying, that cost over $100. For example, that vacation that you want to go on. You ever think about saving for it instead of charging for it? Ever put in the work, say, okay, I want to go on this vacation. This cruise going to cost $400. I don't have it right now, but I can save for it. And when I get the money, then I can go. Versus, oh, let me just put it on my credit card. Who taught you that? That is much more convenient to go into debt slavery than continue your charge towards financial freedom. That's why financial education is the passport to financial freedom. Who taught you that? What are some other large purchases that you might have to buy in your lifetime? The couch, the TV, the car, right? Over $100. That PlayStation that you want, that computer, over $100. Now, the more specific you are, the better. See the table below for a few examples. Flat tire, plumbing issues, broken window, lawyer fees, unemployment, large purchases, new and used car, TV, vacation, wedding, college. Maybe not all the emergencies will happen to you in your lifetime, but I can guarantee you a few things on that list will. At some point, you may need a lawyer, lose your job, need a car repair, or have to fix a window. The same goes for making large purchases. All of us plan to buy a home, purchase a new car, or take a vacation. If we know that these things will come to pass, what are we waiting for? Is the money going to fall out of the sky? No, it's not. We have to start setting aside a stash to get ready now. However, those who don't get caught slipping don't plan, they don't prepare, and they don't save. Those who get caught slipping, they don't plan, they don't prepare, they don't save. Those who get caught slipping, they don't plan, they don't prepare, they don't save. Those who get caught slipping, they don't plan, they don't prepare, they don't save. The 75% go along day to day as if these things are never going to happen. And all of a sudden, smash. They get into a car accident. They need a lawyer, or funds to pay for a traffic line, or funds to pay for a funeral. Where will they get the money to pay? Instead of getting out of their don't get caught slipping stash, they use quick fixes that turn into long-term debt, such as bothering family and friends for money or taking out high interest loans and credit cards. Both increase debt and get you closer to slavery, not financial freedom. A frequent question is asked about how much should be stashed away and saved. And most financial gurus recommend you have at least 6 to 12 months of your monthly living expenses stashed away at minimum. I say shoot for 12 months. It's good to always forecast a rainy day. If you lose your job today, you will still be able to maintain your lifestyle and pay all of your monthly obligations. It's sad, but when we learn every day on the news of how people getting laid off from their jobs and cannot find a replacement job, they end up using what little they stashed away, the little stash they had, if any, and they fall behind on their monthly obligations and bills. When you fall behind, fines and penalties come. The man doesn't want any excuses either. If you don't pay what is required, you will be evicted from your home. Your lights, your heat, and phone will be cut off, and your car will be repossessed. When you don't have a savings stashed away for tough times, your world could be turned upside down and inside out. Here's another exercise: maintaining a lifestyle. Either you made earlier you made a list of monthly needs to help you maintain your lifestyle. On that same list, give each item a dollar amount. Once you have associated the cost for each expense, calculate the total. For example, my monthly expenses are $1,200 times 6 would be $7,200 you want to have saved. My monthly expenses are $1,200 times 12 months, that's $14,400 you want to have saved. What are your total monthly expenses? Multiply it by 6. What are your total monthly expenses? Multiply by 12. These give you two numbers to shoot for in your savings account. Do you have a savings goal? Well, we just help you to set two: a 6-month savings goal and a 12-month savings goal. But you got to do a little work. If you're serious about this thing called financial freedom, you're not going to pray your way to financial freedom. I hate to tell you. You'll pray your way to the wisdom of how to get free, but you're not going to pray your way to freedom itself. I hate to tell you that, but you got something to do, because faith without works is dead. Faith without works is broke. The number total of 6 or 12 months is a good amount to have stashed in your don't get caught slipping box. The more, the merrier. So if you can find ways to exceed your savings goal, then by all means do so. Players and successful businessmen and women who do well prepared for rainy days don't get caught slipping. And how do you get caught slipping, guys? By not planning, by not preparing, and by not saving. These three things plague our community. We don't plan, we don't prepare, and we don't save. And we wonder why we're broke. We don't plan. I could probably stop right here. We don't plan, we don't prepare, and we don't save, and then we wonder why we're broke. Now, next we want to talk about assets and liability. I'm really liking this, Mr. Khalil Abdul-Aziz. I mean, right now I get to get into my assets and liabilities. I'm super excited about this. Let's see what you got to say about this, brother. So assets versus liability. Before we move forward to the other shoe boxes, I want to take a few minutes to discuss the difference between assets and liabilities. Everybody put that in the comments below. Assets and liabilities. Learning the difference between the two will help you to understand how the rich continue to get richer and the poor continue to get poorer. Knowing the difference between the two will ensure your game is tight and earn you superior street credibility. To put it simply, wealthy people make it a habit to spend their money on assets, and poor people have a habit of spending their money on liabilities. Wealthy people make it a habit to spend their money on assets. Poor people have a habit of spending their money on liabilities. Wealthy people know that acquiring more assets will create more money and make them financially free. On the other hand, poor people think what they buy has value, but the things they purchase puts them further into debt, which keeps them in a state of perpetual slavery. Knowing the difference between liabilities and assets is simple. Assets put money into your pocket, and liabilities take money out. It's very simple. An asset puts money in your pocket. Liabilities takes money out. Although the differences are clear, our vision can be blurred by the powerful influence of the media and peers who make us believe something has value when it really doesn't. In order to win the game, you must know the difference. Your ability to acquire more assets over liabilities is the key to financial freedom. Your ability to acquire assets over liabilities is the key to financial freedom. Now, I'm sure you guys are typing stuff in the comments below, and it's not popping up for me. My apologies. But good morning. Thanks so much for tuning in. Whoever's tuning in, it's a little slow today, but we're going to keep this thing rocking and rolling. Now, here's your exercise. Number a sheet of paper from 1 to 10. You want to create a list of 10 things you spend your money on. After you spend time writing down the things you buy, create 2 columns. Label the first column assets and the second column liabilities. Look at your list and categorize your purchases into the assets and liabilities columns. Remember the rule as you categorize. Assets put money into your pocket, while liabilities take money out of your pocket. See the example below. Maybe you purchased some shoes, some clothes. You went to the hair salon. You bought a car, got a truck, got a cell phone, and got a house. What does it look like? Well, the shoes, that's probably a liability. It doesn't put any money into your pocket unless you invested in something. The clothes, that's a liability. Again, it's something that you may need, but it's something that didn't put any money into your pocket. The hair salon, well, that look like that might be an investment. That might be a business there. That's going to be an asset. It can bring money into your storehouse. The car, depending on how you use this car, it has something to do with liability asset, but more people are in the liability section when it comes to their car than they are in the asset column. A truck, again, depending on how you use the truck. You're using the truck to haul things, to make money, is putting money in your pocket, well, that could be an asset. But more than likely, it's probably another liability. The cell phone. Cell phone, I don't know. For me, the cell phone itself doesn't do anything. It's a liability. But how you use the cell phone could have a lot to do with money coming into your hand, but nonetheless, the cell phone itself is a liability. The house, again, how you use the house. So if you use the house to live in the house, it's a liability. If you have the house to rent the house, it's an asset, because rent on the house paid by someone else brings money into your pocket. You living in the house is you paying mortgage on the house and money coming out of your pocket. So therefore, in that scenario, it's a liability. You understand the difference. See, some people have houses that other people are paying for because they charge rent. And they're a landlord living in their own facility, and it's an asset. But most people have houses that they live in, that they pay rent or mortgage to someone else. That's money coming out of your pocket. Therefore, that particular house is a liability at the time. Very simple. Assets put money into your pocket. Liabilities take money out. Stocks, that's an asset. Bitcoin is an asset. Your business is an asset. When you think about where you spend your money, are you spending more of your money on liabilities or assets? Now that you have your list of assets and liabilities, you should be able to see what puts money in your pocket and what takes your money away. If you notice, some items could go in either column. For example, the truck or house could be considered an asset or a liability. Depending on how you use these two items used will make the difference. Remember the rule. An asset puts money into your pocket, while a liability takes money out of your pocket. Using this rule, we could quickly assume that a truck and a house take money out of your pocket. However, let's put our business hats and flip these liabilities into assets. Now, here's another exercise, converting liabilities into assets. Converting liabilities into assets. Take a few minutes to review the following liabilities that have been turned into assets, then determine this next set of liabilities, how they can become assets. So again, it's all about the use. So a truck can be used for moving furniture or trash. In that particular case, the truck would then be used to put money into your pocket, and you turn the truck from a liability to an asset, i.e. the car. I use my car to then become an Uber driver. The Ubering brought money into my pocket, and it turned my car into an asset. I use my car to deliver products to people who buy stuff. Now my car has become an asset instead of just sitting there as a liability. The house, I just mentioned this, house can be used as a daycare facility. Now let's see if we can convert the next set of liabilities into assets. How can you turn your computer into an asset? How can you turn your shoe collection, your Jordan collection, into an asset? How can you turn your cell phone into an asset? How can you turn these things that you may have bought as a liability and then turn them into money-producing, money-acquiring assets? Now, for starters, the majority of us may have learned that our liability column is longer than the one for assets. The key to wealth is shortening our liabilities and extending our assets. Making a transition from valuing assets over liabilities requires a change in personal values. There must be a paradigm shift from a consumer mindset to having a boss mindset. Everybody put in the comments below, I'm a boss. There has to be a shift in your membrane of how you operate in this world. And I simply say this, you must be wealthy in your mind long before you're wealthy in your wallet. And until you change the way you think by putting good books like this in your membrane, you'll continue to be a consumer that's wasting away your wealth and giving it to everybody else and helping them to get rich. It's a change in mindset, which leads to a change in behavior, which leads to financial freedom once you get this in your spirit. Now, you cannot value cars, clothes, jewelry, fancy bags, and shoes more than you do investments and assets. Moving forward, before you reach into your pockets to spend, ask yourself one simple question. Say, self, is this purchase going to make me money or take money away? The formula to wealth is simple. The more assets you acquire, the more money you will create. The more assets you acquire, the more money you will make. And it's funny because now I'm in a position where I get asked to come to a whole lot of events. And my policy is simple. If you want me to attend, let me vend. That's right. If you want me to attend, let me vend. Because I'm there to make money and enjoy myself. I'm not there just for entertainment. I'm here to extend my assets. You see, it's just a change in philosophy. I don't mind spending a little money to get more exposure, to sell more of my stuff so I can be in a position to enjoy the show while everybody else is watching, but I'm making money as well. If you want me to spend, you want me to attend, let me vend. If it ain't a vending opportunity, I'm probably not going to be there. Now you can know better. It's your responsibility to do better. If your game is really tight and you want to win the money game moving forward, make sure you acquire more assets than liabilities. There's nothing wrong with having nice things. I believe if you want it, you should get it. However, there's a correct way about getting what you want. The mistake poor people make is that they buy a liability first. Wealthy people do the exact opposite. They buy an asset first, which creates more money to buy the liability that they want. In another instance, the poor will buy a new car without creating an additional income to support the new car. On the flip side, wealthy people will first invest in an asset, producing more money, then purchase the new car. The system the wealthy use is simple. Everybody put in the comments below, simple. The system that the wealthy people use is simple. They create more cash flow before they add more expenses. They add more assets before adding more liabilities. Poor people add more expenses without increasing their cash flow, which causes them to drown in debt or which causes them to remain broke. This is the reason why rich people keep getting rich and why poor people keep getting poor. It has nothing, this wealth gap and all this stuff that people talk about, yeah, it got started all the wrong way. But it remains that way because the people who are affected don't change the way that they think about money and therefore start to acquire more assets. They complain about the situation, but they knew nothing different about their own behavior, which exacerbates the situation. No need to continue to write articles about the wealth gap. No need to ask the government for assistance to break this down. No, what needs to happen is you need to look at your personal finances and decide for yourself that I'm going to start acquiring more assets than liabilities. And until that changes for you, nothing changes. I don't care what the government does. I don't care what stipend they give. I don't care what your tax refund looks like. If that don't change in your life, then your finances won't change. You'll still be broke tomorrow because you think for some reason someone's going to give you wealth instead of you creating wealth. See, wealth is not something that is given. Matter of fact, even people that inherit wealth end up going broke because they don't have the financial education to maintain the wealth that was given to them. So are you looking for a hand out or just a hand up? Because what we're giving you today is a hand up in order for you to crawl your own way to financial freedom, to have some pride in your journey, to have the real testimony that you have overcome this thing called debt, and you're now riding high in the road to financial freedom, and you're able to tell the whole world just how great the journey has been. Well, guys, this is ERGJ, Certified Financial Educator, New Black Wall Street Book Club. At this time, I like to know, what did you learn? Because I'm not here to entertain you. I'm here to educate and empower, and you might get a little entertainment along the way. But we are here at the New Black Wall Street Book Club to continue to put stuff in our minds so we can change the way that we operate in this capitalistic society. And hopefully today you learned something, right? Hopefully today you took something away. And if you did, just go on over to the ERGJ Black Bookstore. Make sure that you like the page, you follow the page, and leave a review. Money is nothing more than the exchange of value for value. And if you got some value out of the day, but you are unwilling to give value in return for that which you may have received, that's called being selfish. And being selfish is one of the main reasons why people are broke. It's a universal law. Give, and it should be given unto you. That's why I give every day. Give some of my time. I give some of my wisdom. I give some of my knowledge. And I give a whole bunch of love. What about you? Could it be that your inability to give to others is what's keeping you broke? You're trying to hoard everything for yourself, not realizing that that is the main principle that is going against the universal law of generosity. I don't know where you're at, but at some point in your life, you're going to take personal responsibility for your own finances. At some point in your life, you're going to look up and say, what the hell have I been doing for the past 30 years? At some point in your life, you're going to look at your bank account and say, how have I been working for 20 years? I only got $500 in my account. At some point in your life, you're going to wake up and say, enough is enough, and I'm ready to change. And when you are ready to change, the New Black Wall Street Book Club will be here for you. Well, guys, thanks so much for your time. The sponsor today, Made Inc. Go over to Made Inc. www.madeinc.life. You get a promo special. Anybody W has $10 off. It just may be a shirt that says wealth that you walk around with all day. It'll remind you of what you need to do to fix your own problems, whatever that may be. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. I don't know. But we share with you a few books. You can get Street Cred from the Black Bookstore for $15. You can go ahead and pick up the Black Billionaires book, my new book, my first book, actually, by the way, this came out. You can pick up the children's book, the motivational children's book, Win Within. You can get that for $13. You can pick up I'm Free, the book to help you give a stress-free life, 30 days. Get that for $15. And 5 Rules to Persevering in Your Life. You can pick that up as well for $10. Here's how you support your own people and also change your life at the same time. We all talk about group economics, but not many of us are actually willing to practice it, and that's a darn shame. Well, guys, I'm ERGJ, Certified Financial Educator, founder of the New Black Wall Street. Hey, change the way you think. You'll change your life. Remember this, it takes a village, but it starts with us. Let's build Black wealth together. Guys, have a fantastic day. Talk to you soon.
It's the New Black Wall Street Book Club with your host, Evan Jefferson. It's time for us to go. Yeah. Now, you ain't got to leave the computer, but we encourage you to get out there and learn and apply all the things you learn at the New Black Wall Street Book Club.